did have a dance-off when it was seen that one player had a huge advantage. Instead of just leaving the game and GGing, they're like, let's dance! Oh, and I forgot to hide the loadouts. Of course I did.
And now what we're looking at, as you have obviously seen since loadouts were not hidden, is yet another Wreckz striker versus a Wreckz striker.
Yeah. So in yeah.
Propropro notably has the Alpha striker.
Yeah. So ProX4 here on the bottom side of the map is our challenger. He is on the green team from Faction Legends. He is playing Wreckz striker, as we noted. His opponent, as we noted, also Wreckz striker, is our current 2-game long reigning King of the Hill, Wreckz from Faction MotH on the blue team. So there's going to be something I said. Yeah, in our 3 games so far, we've seen 6 players in 3 games. Of course, 3 of those players were Wreckz. But so there were 6 possible mechs in 3 games,
and 5 of them were strikers, all with
Wreckz strikers. To be we're not even seeing Gabe at this moment. It's just Wreckz striker. So
now Wreckz
nice.
is going in to harass. He takes down a ratchet, but pays for it with his life.
Yeah, I think ProX4 definitely had that planned. I believe the last few matches we've seen on Duel between the two, Wreckz has always, one of the players has usually opened with a death. Either a player dying or a player getting some really successful harass there. So I think Pro was prepared this time. He was like, I'm going to sit here and wait for Wreckz to come harass. If he doesn't harass, at least I'm not going to die. We'll just both sit there defending our units, waiting for the other player to harass.
Pro is moving his units up aggressively, but he does not have jamming down. He's got something in the queue, but if he loses any units before that happens, it could be a bit of a setback for him.
You're right about that.
And there we go, the jammer is coming out.
That jammer is only covering around half of his army, though. But with the directions those archies are facing, they're only facing half of his army too, I guess. So
now we've got another match where both players have the jammer and the Bertha, but no Sonya. So whoever gets Berthas out first is going to be at an amazing
That jammer went down. That jammer went down there, and ProX4, I feel like his army has been at a... I've seen him taking a lot more losses so far, but he's never been in a huge upkeep disadvantage. Yeah, he's bringing bombs. I think he's going for the enemy jammers, but Wreckz has 2 of them. He's smart. He prepared for this, and this time Wreckz does not have bombs. Instead, trying to figure out what he brought to replace it. I think he brought Berthas in place of jam. Oh no, he has Sonya's this match actually. Instead of bombs.
You're right, he does.
Yeah, so he won't. I feel like ProX4, since neither player. So ProX4 will be able to bomb
virtually
Wreckz
his
until level 2.
entire army down to just 7 upkeep.
5 now, and almost dying.
Nearly goes down, but he is gonna make it.
Yeah, he definitely got a little greedy there. Wreckz being really low health, ProX4 was like, I gotta wait for him. There's plenty of heavy flaggers here, but I'm just gonna circle them and hope the heavy flaggers miss. They don't miss. And he almost paid for that with his life, and in the process, of course, he lost a lot of units. There we have both lockboxes spawning already. And Wreckz there's like, what? And he's going to get this one, I think. Yeah. So with these credit boxes spawning a lot more often now on Duel, I think it's going to change Salt momentum slightly, but I feel like late game in Salt, since they spawn every 2 minutes, it isn't actually I feel like everyone ends up floating on Salt for some reason, even if they don't get the lock boxes.
Well, that's just because there's not a huge amount of sockets on there, and you've only got 2 outposts typically. So you're going to be hitting your upkeep cap before you get bled for credits in your average game.
Yeah, but I feel like on Duel, momentum will really change because Duel is a very mid-fight heavy map. Players are very busy a lot of the time in early game. I've seen players say...
Oh, and Wreckz is pushing out. It looks like the units are all on Y.
Yeah, this game, I feel like the mid-fight went pretty fast, but often the mid-fight will go on forever. And with the fact that lockboxes spawn so fast now, I'm kind of wondering...
Some of those units are getting switched to T, but we do have, it looks like, a couple tanks still on Y.
No, that's just one actually.
Gemini there.
Just wondering, what time are you at? 4-4? 4-5? 4-6? 4-7? Or are you, like, behind me?
I'm behind you. I'm on Pacific time.
No, I mean, like, the game time.
Game time, it is at 4:18.
Okay, yeah, we are synced then. It'd be kind of weird if we weren't synced.
We are in the same match.
Okay. Yeah.
Wreckz is very quickly capitalizing on that close outpost capture, getting a lot of units out.
Prox for dropping those 4 creeps. Wreckz is going to see... Oh, yeah, he is going to see that. He had a pretty good view of that. I'm kind of surprised he managed to actually realize that was happening. I feel like
but
it might have been...
a couple of Gemini down.
Yeah. That's going to be responded to quite easily by Wreckz, though, because he does see this here. But he really couldn't have flown them back, because if he did, he probably would have lost his AirMech along with those 2 units.
Bro is losing a couple of those Gemini, which, given his current up disadvantage, is a lot more costly than you would think.
Yeah. He actually only has, really, 6 Gemini plus 6 more in the queue, and 2 Flackers, and 3 Arties against
and most
Wreckz.
Of that's at his near mid outpost, which he's still trying to fight for, it looks like. But his jammer went down, so if he doesn't take action quickly, he's going to lose it all.
So Pro's actually in a really kind of dangerous situation, in my opinion, because right now we have middle here. He has to defend this outpost, and he also has to defend that outpost down. I mean, he has to defend his fortress too. And on both sides, he is at a disadvantage. And since he's already at such a disadvantage, he can't really afford to lose middle here.
But it looks like he is using custom V-pathing to make sure that that push goes through to mid rather than up to close.
Yes. So it looks like Wreckz is not really... Wreckz was not focusing there. He was like down at bottom, but Wreckz did push on Y, and that's the problem with what Pro did here. He was forced to defend 2 fronts. He couldn't afford to lose that outpost at middle.
He's sending on Y.
Yeah, he couldn't afford to lose that outpost in the middle, but he also couldn't afford... He could afford even less to lose his fortress. And I think by throwing his defenses on base race, his tanks are going to take forever to get there.
Onto Pro's base.
Yeah.
It does not look like he's going to be able to hold out against this.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Pro X4's units have not even reached this fortress yet, so... Yep.
And there's game, folks.
So Wreckz is now our 3-game reigning